Hey parents, so I am really excited to record this video for you all. I've been looking on Facebook and I've even gotten some emails from parents of my own students with questions about adding and subtracting the new way, the Common Core way. And I know it all seems a little confusing at first, but I promise it does make sense. I promise it does work. So today I am going to do this video to show you how to add with regrouping the new way. I will show you the old school way, and then I'll also show you what you have probably seen and what you're probably referring to as the new way, which is the base 10 version, and then adding with regrouping with expanded form. So I'm going to show you both of those. I'll start off with a quick problem. And this first problem won't involve regrouping, only because it's a little easier just to take a look at the problem and how we do it without the regrouping and adding in all the extra stuff. So this problem is 320 plus 157. For most of us, we know you start in the ones column and you keep working your way from the ones to the tens to the hundreds. And this problem is fairly simple. 0 plus 7 gives us 7. 2 plus 5 gives us 7. And 3 plus 1 gives us 4. Simple enough. We all get that. Now, I'm going to show you this same problem in base 10 form. So base 10 is what we call the system that uses these numbers, but we represent them using base 10 blocks. So to show this number, I would have the students draw 3 100 blocks, and the kids definitely recognize the squares. I'm a horrible artist, so they're not the prettiest things, but the kids recognize it. 320 has 2 tens, so 2 10 sticks, and 0 ones. No ones to put there. Then we're going to add 157. So I'm adding 100, 5 tens, and 7 ones. Again, I am not the best artist, but these squares represent 100 blocks. The little sticks represent the tens, and the little dots represent the itty bitty ones. So now we can just add them up using the picture. So there are no ones here, but there are 7 ones here. So when I get my total, only looking at the ones, I still only have 7 ones. Then I go to my tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens now. 6, 7. And now my hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my answer is the same either way I do it. I can do it standard. I can do it in base 10 form. Now, the next one is a little bit trickier because a lot of people don't really think about doing the math like this, but that is the expanded form of adding. So when we look at expanded form, it is taking this number and showing that it is made up of hundreds plus tens plus ones. So 320 is made up of 300 plus 20, or 2 tens, and 0 ones. You don't have to put the 0 there. I'm only putting it there so that you see it as a placeholder. And then down here we have 100 plus 50, or 5 tens, plus 7 ones. And then we can just add them up. So 0 plus 7 is 7. 20 plus 50 gives us 70. 300 plus 100 gives us 400. And then if we format it in expanded form, that's what our answer ends up looking like. Now, when you add those together, 400 plus 7 tens plus 7 ones, you get 477. The same thing that we got when we did it in standard form. Simple enough? Let's take a look at this with regrouping. So I know regrouping is a bit of a challenge for the students. It is something that we spend probably most of our time going over, addition and subtraction with regrouping. So I'm going to show you all exactly what that means. I'm going to write a new problem. Alright, so this problem that I have now, 273 plus 184. Always, always, always start in the ones column. If you ever see your child starting over here, erase it, tell them start over and start in the ones column. That's very important. So, ones column right over here. 3 plus 4 equals 7. And then I'm going to move into my tens column. 7 plus 8 gives me 15. Well, I can't put 15 here because only one digit can go there. So now I have to regroup. Let me show you why. 7 plus 8, I know, gives me 15. But if you think back to expanded form, 15 is the same as 10 plus 5, or 1 10 and 5 ones. So when I come here, I'm going to put my 5 ones here, and since it's in the tens column, my 5 tens. And then I'm going to move my 1 up here to represent that 110, or now that we're working in the tens and hundreds, my 100. And now I can go over into the hundreds column. One thing that children sometimes do is they forget that they put that number up there. So just remind them that now that we're in the hundreds column, we are also adding that number in as well. So 1 plus 2 plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how we get our answer. So now I'm going to show you that same thing with base 10. So again, I have 2 hundreds, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens, and 3 ones. Down here, I have 100 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens, and 4 ones. So now I'm going to add all of these numbers up. Always starting in the ones column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to take these 3 from up here and these 4 from down here, and I'm going to put them all together. 1, 2, 3 plus the 4, which leaves me with 7 down here. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I have to add these 8 tens over here. So 1, 2, 3. Since I already had 7 of them up there, when I add 3 of the 8, I now have a group of 10. You can't have a group of 10 in one column. So I'm going to have to move all of these and put them up here. And then I can go back and finish putting what's left down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, remind your child that that hundredths is still up there. 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. And there we have 4 hundredths, 5 tenths, 7 ones, or 457. And that is how you do it with expanded form. Or, sorry, with base 10 form. Now we're going to take a look at it with expanded form. Which again, it does work. Takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but it does work. So, looking back at how to do this with expanded form. We have 200 plus 70 plus 3. That is the same as 273. And now we're adding 100 plus 80 plus 4. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're always starting in the ones column. So I have 3 plus 4, and that gives me 7. Then I have 70 plus 80. Well, what is that? 0 plus 0 gives me 0. 7 plus 8 gives me 15. But remember, this is the tens column, and I now have 100. I can't have that, so I have to break this number down again. I can't have 150 in my tens column. This is the same as 100 plus 50. So if you've seen in your child's homework, it looks like these little things like that. They're number bonds. You've seen those? That's what they're getting you to do. So now that I've broken it down, I can take this 100 and move it up here because it does not belong in the tens column. Bye-bye all of this. And hello, new 100. 100 plus 200 gives me 300. Plus 100 gives me 400. And then just set it up like everything else in expanded form. 400 plus 50 plus 7 leaves me with 457. And that is how you solve these problems with standard form, base 10, and expanded form. I hope this helped.